How's it going, YouTube? This is Skul, and welcome to another monthly video game pickups video. And there's no way everything that I bought today could fit into camera, so there's just going to be a lot of stuff for me to show off this week, this month, and oh boy, this is all that I got in October 2017 across all platforms, anything video game related. I think it's very, very safe to say I've never gotten this many video game items in a single month in my life. I don't think there's too many people who actually could say that, except for hardcore gamers. I have stories for most of this that I'll get to as I get to them, but I think it's only fair that I start with this box, which is actually a fan mail box that was sent to me by a fan. If you guys want to send me stuff, please feel free, but please also know that there's no obligation whatsoever. You don't have to do this. But it definitely did make my day when I received this and saw all the amazing stuff inside. So we're going to go ahead and take a look at that real quick. First of all, we have a note that says, thanks for hosting the Splatoon sessions. They're a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to the next one from Kilo Cat. Kilo Cat is one of my Patreon pledgers, so they're the one who sent me this this package. And it includes a picture of my mascot, Zippy, with an inkling. And they look so happy. Oh my goodness. Thank you so much, Kilo Cat. This is the first true fan mail that I've gotten since I stopped Fan Mail Friday, so we have a lot of stuff to show off, too. So first of all, they sent this DS case, Pokemon Platinum version DS case, and inside are a lot of Game Boy games. So let's just go through them real quick. We've got Uno for the original Game Boy, but the black on the cartridge means that it has some enhancements for Game Boy Color as well. That's how you can tell. We have The Lion King for Game Boy Color, Simba's Mighty Adventure, and I haven't gotten to play any of these yet. Since it's been such a big month in gaming, I haven't had time to, but I'm sure I will at least try them all out someday. These look like they're really, really fun. Walt Disney World Quest Magical Racing Tour. I love Disney World, so all the more reason to try that. Pro Darts. All these for the Game Boy Color. And then we have 3 Game Boy Advance games. We have, if I can get them out of here, Nicktoons Racing. And then the 2 Spyro games on GBA, Spyro Season of Ice and Spyro 2 Season of Flame. I've played both of these at some point in my life, and as I recall, they are incredibly fun games. Spyro on anything is really fun, so that's just awesome on its own. Then they also sent me a ton of stuff, including a complete in-box copy of Super Breakout for the Game Boy Color. Now, Super Breakout is my favorite Atari 2600 game, and it looks like this looks and plays very closely to it, so thank you so much for that. That's just amazing. Like I said, complete in box. It comes with a copy of the game inside. So there it is. Oh man, I love collecting stuff complete in box. I don't do it too much for older stuff because the boxes were so easy to throw away, so they're harder to find, but whenever one comes to my possession, I'll take it. Then she also sent, I'm pretty sure it's a she, sorry if it's a he, also sent me a total of 17 games altogether. And I think we got yet 8 DS games and 1 3DS game. The 3DS game is Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, Gates to Infinity. And all these I didn't have, and all these I know I will love. And will have a very good place in my collection, so thank you so much, Kilo Cat. We have Pokemon Ranger, the original one. We got Pokemon Conquest, which is a super, super fun game. If you guys have never played that, you're missing out. We got Pokemon Dash. We got Sonic Rush. Sonic games. I'm trying to start collect Sonic games now, so awesome that she sent some. Kirby Superstar Ultra. Can't go wrong with Kirby. We've got Scribblenauts, which I've heard great things about. We got Mario and Sonic at the Olympic Games, the very first one. And finally we have Sonic Chronicles The Dark Brotherhood, which is the only Sonic RPG that has ever been made for the Nintendo DS. So just thank you from the bottom of my heart for all this stuff. I'm going to take these games out real quick just to free up space on my desk here so I can get to everything else. Just thank you so much for all this stuff. I guarantee you it will all just, it's going to look so great in my collection. I will treasure these games for as long as I have games in my collection. I'm trying to figure out how to go from here. I may as well show off the other thing that I got in the mail from a fan who wishes to remain anonymous. Red Pokemon X and Y 3DS XL. Beautiful, pretty much gem mint condition. It's obvious that this has barely ever been played with. It's just amazing, in great condition. I have the blue one. This is like my 4th 3DS console, I think, so it's just funny how that worked out. My very first one was this in blue, which I got right before X and Y came out. My second one was my matte black one, which has my capture card in it. My third one was the Metroid new 3DS that I got last month. And then just one more to put on my shelf and look awesome. Do I need it? No, but thank you who sent it to me. I will treasure that. Okay, let's see. May as well show this off next. I got a complete in-box Pokemon Blue. I'm so happy to have this. This is not from a fan. I did buy this on eBay, but for the price that I got it for, it's just awesome, and I cannot be happy enough. Everything is just in amazing condition, and it is complete in box. It comes with all sorts of stuff like this little ad for Nintendo Power. It comes with the warning label for the original Game Boy. It comes with literally everything. There's tons of things that say it's complete in box, but it only comes with the box, the game, and the manual. No, it needs to come with all this extra stuff that was in it back in the day, as if it were just released from the shrink wrap right now. My eventual goal is to get every single Pokemon game, including spin-offs, complete in box, and this really helps with that. And I guess to segue into that, I'll just go ahead and skip over to this area of the table and show off what I got. As most of you know, if you pay attention to my channel, I went to the Houston Arcade Expo, and I got a lot of stuff from that. So, may as well show the what I consider the biggest thing that I got. Well, not the big. Everything I got there was awesome. I'll show this because that plays off of Pokemon Blue. Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red Rescue Team. This is the only Mystery Dungeon game released for the Game Boy Advance. This is complete in box as well. It was just sitting on a table. I said, how much do you want for it? They said 25 bucks, and I said, I'll take it. Everything else I managed to bargain with. But this one, 25 bucks for a complete in-box Mystery Dungeon, I'll take it. That's awesome. I'll just put that with red. Let's see, I got Pokemon Crystal. Basically, like, the last few minutes we were there, we were on our way out, we stopped back by the vendor, they had just bought this earlier that day. Has a replacement battery in it, I checked, it works perfectly. I'm trying to remember how much I got this for, I think 30 bucks. And if you know anything about Crystal, you'll know that's actually a pretty good price. So, yeah, this is what I'm going to be using during my Pokemon-a-thon later this month. Stay tuned to my channel to find out information on that. But basically, long story short, I'm only listing 2 games now that I'll be playing during the Pokemon-a-thon. Those being either Fire Red or Leaf Green, doesn't matter which one I get, and White 2. So, I got this, one less game to worry about, and at an insanely good price. I now have every single Generation 2 game. I'm pretty happy with that. I also got at the event Mortal Kombat for the Sega Genesis. It has the box and it has the cartridge, but it does not have the instruction manual. They were asking 15. I said, since there's no manual, would you take 10 for it? And they said, yeah, sure, absolutely. So, I'm happy with that. Gotta move it over here. May as well show this too. I got a Sega 32X. It was just sitting there on the table. And they wanted 50 for it. I talked them down to 45. I tested it. It works. It does take some finagling, but that's to be expected with these consoles. Like, this was very low on my priority of consoles to get, but I saw it. It goes for a lot more than 45 bucks on eBay, especially if you want to guarantee it works, so I'll take that. Most of these are from the same vendor, but one of the only things that wasn't was this. I got my very own Super Nintendo. I went to the event with the hope of getting this and an NES. Unfortunately, there were not as many vendors this year as there were last year. When there were plenty of people selling one of these or an NES or whatever, this was the only one in the whole place. So this is interesting because actually I didn't just get the console, I got it with a box. I got it complete in box. Everything that was in this box when it originally came out was still in there. So they were asking 120. I asked, would you take 100 for it? They said yes. I got a complete in-box Super Nintendo. I mean, it's yellow, but that's to be expected. It's in great condition. It plays the games perfectly. I ended up importing a SCART cable, which I'm sure most of you don't know what that is. So I'm able to play my games in amazing clarity. It's unbelievable. Now, the box did come with Killer Instinct. This was the pack-in title for that package way back when. Most of them had Mario World, but a few of them had other games, including Killer Instinct, so that just came with the system. And he said, oh, I didn't bring that out. But anyway, he said, oh, I have this other game too. I have Caesar's Palace for the Super NES. Would you like that too? I said, no, I'm not interested. Thanks, I just wanted the console. He said, nah, there's no way I could sell this on its own. It's yours. I didn't bring it out. Sorry, but this was also complete in box. I have a box for a Super Nintendo game now. That's just hilarious. And it's Super Caesar's Palace. It's nothing insane. I was hoping to find Super Metroid while I was there. I didn't, and it's kind of hard to find just out in the wild anyway these days. But, you know, for what it is, I'm pretty happy. So that's all I got at the expo, I think. I was pretty disappointed there wasn't an NES at the expo, so I just went to my local retro store the next day and picked one up. There was a nice story to go with this, but the story is there wasn't one at the expo, so I just went to my local store and got one. For both this and the Super Nintendo, that's my first time owning either of them. I never owned these growing up, so I'm pretty happy. This is the only NES that my local retro store had left, actually. I was a little surprised that they're getting kind of hard to find. But while I was there, I also picked up games to go with it. I got Mario Brothers Duck Hunt, which, you know, who doesn't know this, right? Easily one of the best-selling cartridges of all time. You're going to find that everywhere. My store had 10. And then I wanted a good game to go with my Super Nintendo. Not that Killer Instinct isn't good, but I wanted a good game that I would want to play all the time. So I got Super Mario Kart. And there wasn't any haggling with the store. It's one of those, it's like Walmart. You go in, they ask for a price, you pay the price, there's no haggling. But it's just amazing to me. For this, the NES and Mario Duck Hunt, it came out to exactly $120. It wasn't like 120 some odd cents. It was after tax, exactly 120, which fit perfectly within my budget for what I was hoping to get at the expo, combined with everything else I got. So I'm pretty happy with how it all turned out, I won't lie. Pretty awesome. Okay, so that covers most of this, well, maybe half of this, actually. On another trip to the retro store, I got my monthly $20 supply of N64 games, and thanks to these 4, I am now up to 74 in my library, which is exactly a quarter of the North American library. There's 296, divided by 4 is 74, which means I have a quarter of my goal. Now, I've been buying N64 games just $20 a month since January, and in 10 months I've gotten a quarter of the library. I'm pretty happy with that. So, the games I got this month: Bass Hunter 64, Battle Tank, which was made by the 3DO company, basically competing against their own product there, but whatever, Nagano Winter Olympics 98, and Xena Warrior Princess, which I heard they're beginning to reboot as a series, actually. That should be fun to see how that pans out. So those are my 4 games this month. I'll go back next month with another 20 bucks and see what pops up. I'm fleshing out my Wii U library a little bit. I just went in, well, okay. I went into GameStop to see what they had, and these were $1 each. Skylander Swap Forces, or Swap Force, sorry, and Disney Infinity 2.0. $1 each. I couldn't pass that up. The Wii U library is going to get insanely cheap here soon. Probably within the next year or 2, you can get most of the games for under 10 bucks. That's my prediction. This is a game that I ordered from Best Buy. They were clearing inventory. This had an insane sale on it, so I just jumped on it. I actually bought this the month before, but it just arrived this month. for me to pick up. Sonic and All-Stars Racing Transformed. It's kind of a mouthful, but you know, for $10, I'll take it. So 3 new Wii U games to add to my library, and since there's 160 games on the Wii U, it comes out to almost every 3 games you get, that's 2% of the library. Almost, not quite, but for all intents and purposes, I'm now holding 2% of the library in my hand, which is really going to help flesh that out. May as well move on to Switch games. This month, I think there were a lot. I didn't actually get every single game. It's gotten to the point where I just literally cannot keep up. It's too hard. There's too many games coming out. They're all way too expensive. At some point, I just had to stop. I couldn't justify spending all the money. Not to say that I won't be going after a complete Switch library in the future, but for now, I won't be getting every single game day one. These are the ones that I did. So, let's see. We have 88 Heroes, 98 Heroes Edition. We have Fire Emblem Warriors, which is one of the better games to come out this month. If you haven't played it yet, then get it and play it. Like, I played this in Hyrule Warriors, and I would choose this any day. It's just a whole lot better. We have NBA 2K18, which was actually released last month, but only came out this month, physically. It requires a very long download in order to play the game, but it's fun. I hate the microtransactions like everyone else. Mora EX. This game gave me such a bad time. It technically came out in September. I won't get into the specifics, but it was just so stupid. I'm lucky to have this, okay? It was very hard to get them. We have Saldom Drop Connect Erase, which is a puzzle game. The biggest game to come out this month, of course, Super Mario Odyssey. Beaten it. It's a good, fun game. I prefer Breath of the Wild. I think Breath of the Wild is the better game. But if I were to recommend 3 games on the Switch, this would be one of them, easily. We have Tiny Barbarian DX. And then we have the very first limited physical Switch game. Not from Limited Run. They won't be starting games till next year, but this is the first limited release of a game on the Switch. Retro City Rampage DX. There were 3,000 copies of this. I just jumped on that as soon as I found out it was a thing. Got mine, and I'm sure it's the first of many. Thanks, Nintendo. And then I have a few imports as well. I have One Piece Unlimited World Deluxe Edition. Unlimited World Red Deluxe Edition. I know nothing of One Piece. I know it is like the longest lasting anime in history. It has more episodes than Pokemon. Think about that. This is an import from the UK. It took like a month to reach me. It's just ridiculous. But I have it. Happy to have it. And amazingly, turns out that my Nintendo points work for North American users if you're using a European cartridge. So that's pretty interesting. Then my 2 Japanese games, Champion Jockey Special and Winning Post 2017, the horse racing sims. You don't simulate being a horse jockey, you simulate betting on the horses. Horse racing is huge in Japan, like baseball in the United States, or soccer in Brazil. That level of insane, so whatever. And then I also got Toho Kabuto 5 Burst Battle. I got the limited edition of this because when I ordered it, I thought this would be the only way to get it. Turns out, no, they made a standard version, but by then I had already paid for this anyway, so I figured may as well keep it. I keep this on my display shelf and the actual box on my Switch shelf, so yeah, those are just the Switch games I got this month. I'm missing, I think, 7. There's another 7 games that I did not get. That should give you an idea. Oh, man. Okay, let's see here. I still have quite a bit, sorry. Bear with me. I only got 1 Xbox game this month, Assassin's Creed Origins. Only played it a little bit. Most of the past week I've been playing Mario Odyssey. But what little I have played of this, the game looks gorgeous, and I've seen other people on YouTube playing this game. Looks like there's a lot to do. It looks like GTA 5 set in ancient Egypt, which is just awesome. I've never played Assassin's Creed before this, and I'm having a blast. Let's see. What to go with next? Okay, PS4 games, how about that? The only games I got are all limited games. 3 are limited run games, and the last one, I'll just show the last one first, why not, is Undertale. Undertale has now been released physically on PS4, and I believe Vita? Definitely PS4. You know, you either love it or you hate it. I remember playing this on Twitch a year or two ago. I got to Undyne and got stuck, so I haven't played it since. This gives me an excuse to play it again and really try and appreciate it more. And then we got 3 limited run games. Caladrius Blaze, that was one that I managed to get. And then the first 2 LRG games with ESRB ratings. ESRB recently changed their policy. It used to be, if it was sold in a retail store, it needed to have a rating. If it was just limited run, sold only online, then it didn't have to have a rating. Now they do. And I got both the first ones. Came out the same week. This is the first time I bought 2 in a week, and it really hurt my wallet. We got Chariot and Absolute Drift Zen Edition. Both of which are rated E for everyone. So you can see right there and right there. They both have the E right there on the bottom left corner. There's like 80 games now to keep track of. I mean, on the PlayStation there's only 54 or so, but still. It's going to be hard to stay on top of that when they start coming to the Switch, but I'll try. I'll try. Okay, let me get to this next. I did a joke bid on eBay. There was someone who had listed a Nintendo DS for 20 bucks, and I was like, there's no way this is going to sell for 20 bucks. It did. I just made my minimum bid, the opening bid. It sold. They sent it to me. As I understand, this is actually from the Salvation Army, so that's pretty cool. It's a pink DS Lite. For 20 bucks, you know, I'll buy it. I'll put it on my shelf. It'll look nice. It looks to be original. There's a tiny scratch on the bottom screen, but that's no big deal to me. I probably won't be using this for much anyway, except to transfer Pokemon between generations. And it actually did come with a few games. All quote-unquote girl games, but, you know, games to add to my library, so why not? So we've got Camping Mama Outdoor Adventure. And I've actually heard the Camping Mama series is pretty good. Wizards of Waverly Place. I loved that show growing up. I'm sure the game is nowhere close to as good as the show. Fantasy Aquarium, which I couldn't find any information on, so I'll have to play that sometime and see what it is. My guess is it's an aquarium sim. Lego Friends, which ironically is not actually a Lego game. And Monsters High Goal Spirit. So those are 5 DS games that they just threw in with the DS. You know, for 20 bucks, can't go wrong. And then I decided, instead of doing unboxings whenever I get new amiibo, I'll just go ahead and put them at the end of these videos. I think I will do an unboxing for the 4 Champions when those come out next month, but in the meantime, I'll just stick with putting them here. So we got 2 Fire Emblem amiibo from Fire Emblem Warriors. We've got Chrom and Tiki. The Tiki amiibo gave me so much pain. If you watched my video when I went to the Arcade Expo, I went to pick up Chrom and Tiki from Best Buy. I think this isn't Chrom. Oops. I think that's Om. Oh well, I have Chrom over there. But I went to pick up Chrom from Best Buy and Tiki, and they gave me 2 Chrom. They didn't have a Tiki. There wasn't a Tiki within 100 miles, so they had to ship this to me. It took a week and a half to arrive. So, somebody at Best Buy who's in charge of order fulfillment just screwed that up. It's okay. Everything's okay. I have it now. No harm done. Anyway, and then we have 2 more from the Super Mario series. We've got Koopa Troopa and Goomba. And we also have the 3 Mario Odyssey amiibo. We have Mario, we have Bowser, and we have Peach, all in their wedding outfits. And if you went to pick up Mario Odyssey at midnight from Best Buy, as I did, not only did you get a coin for pre-ordering it, which has Cappy on one side and a map of the world on the other, but you also got an awesome double-sided poster, which is the exact same size as the Legend of Zelda poster that I got during the midnight launch of the Switch, so I'm super happy to have this. It's going to look amazing on my wall with my Zelda poster. So it has the generic front on one side, and then it has Mario cappied into a bomb on the other. Chain chomp. This is a chain chomp. I'm not that illiterate with Mario. And finally, yes, finally, I'm at the end finally. I got a Nintendo Power. That came out when Pokemon Ruby and Sapphire came out. Like $5 from eBay. I'd like to flesh out my Nintendo Power collection. It's going to be difficult, but my hope is to eventually get all of them complete. I already have 20, something like that, so... and then also, Amazon had this deal where if you signed up for Audible for a month for free, you could get a book for free, shipped to you for free. So what I did was I signed up for the Audible demo trial, 1 month trial, bought this book, canceled my trial, the book was still free, and it arrived 2 days later. And the book of my choice was Playing with Power, Nintendo NES Classics. I figure since I now have an NES and Classics, I better educate myself on what the best games are instead of relying so heavily on the nerd. So, I got that. I could have gotten the Hyrule Historia. I'm sure a lot of people did instead of that, but that's what I chose, and I don't see anything else I need to cover. That's it. That's my video games pickups for October 2017. November will be a lot smaller, I think, so if you made it all the way to the end of the video, then type in the comments hashtag Nintendo Power so I know that you made it. Hope you all enjoyed. Thanks everyone so much for watching, and if I were to pick one of my best snacks from this, I would probably pick this, just because it was just right there waiting for me to buy it, and I got it at an amazing price, so yeah, this is probably my favorite pickup of the whole month. Don't get me wrong, everything is amazing, but I think this is my favorite. Between this and the box Super NES, what do you think is my best pickup of the month? Let me know in the comments. Like, subscribe, all that jazz. Here's the end card. Thank you so much.
Hi everyone, this is Skul. If you liked the video, please leave a like and consider subscribing. If you're already subscribed, hit that little bell so you get notifications whenever I upload a new video. That does it for now. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned for more.